Okay, this video is from Matt, and Matt asks an example of a 1340 clone, as well as comparisons of feed motions between cylinder arm machines. Okay, and so this is an example of a 1340 clone. This is an Eagle Special EA 1342. It's a clone of a Juki 1342. And what makes it different than the narrow cylinders is that it's a top-loading bobbin. Okay, and it takes a U-type bobbin, which is larger than the M-type bobbin, which I believe that Yamada you were looking at takes. Okay, with a removable bobbin case. And the feed motion on this machine is elliptical, and so the feed dog has a fore and aft motion as well as a vertical motion, and it might be hard to see, but it moves fore and aft, and then it comes down, moves forward, and then comes back up again. And with this type of feed motion and this type of machine, unless you get a kit where it's a synchronized binding kit, where the binding plate will integrate into the feed dog, you can only bind at certain stitch lengths. And so even though this machine is capable of like a 9mm stitch length, the way I have my foot and feed dog modified, I can only bind up to 4¼ mm. Okay, and if I go longer, you can see it's hitting it, so there's clearance issues. Okay, and this machine has a DC servo motor with needle positioner, and it's also been converted to a pneumatic presser foot lift. This is an example of a narrow cylinder, and so it takes, this is a FAF 335-G. It takes a bobbin case and it takes a FAF bobbin, which is different than M or U class bobbin. This machine has this synchronized binding mechanism, so the plate integrates into this stud on the feed dog arm, and the feed dog has no vertical component. It's only fore and aft, even though it is still compound feed. And because it only moves fore and aft and not up and down, the cylinder can be much more narrow. Okay, and this machine is the G type, and so it's got an old West German servo with needle positioner and integrated pneumatic foot lift. Okay, I hope that explains the difference between the two feed motions and some of the specs on these machines. Cheers.